Like, I'm just going to say this right now, and I think people in the WNBA circles need to hear this. Dewanna Bonner chose to play for the Fever. She chose to play for the Fever. We would have been fine if she chose to play for the Mercury originally. I don't think anyone would have begrudged her for that because we all thought she was joining the Mercury. Everyone just assumed she was joining the Mercury. But why is it? Why is it that all of a sudden, apparently now, 3 weeks later, the Commissioner's Cup celebrations, the Fever are being called out for the Commissioner's Cup celebrations? Because, you know, they sprayed champagne everywhere and everyone got champagne sprayed everywhere. Like, I don't know. I don't get it. Like, I don't get it. Like, everything's just problematic. The Fever can't even celebrate a Commissioner's Cup win without it starting a race war. And now you got the Phoenix Mercury. First day joys that can't be forced. She chose to play for us. She chose to play for us. I would have been fine. And by the way, I do think that Kelly Krauskopf lied to Dewanna Bonner. I think they lied to Dewanna Bonner. I think she lied to Natasha Howard. I think she pitched them on, we're going to be the biggest team. We're going to be like Apple. We're going to help you guys, and we're going to make sure that you guys want to come here. We want to make sure all the vets want to come here. And like, I think that they were not pitched Caitlin Clark. I legitimately think that they were pitched. Caitlin Clark's job is going to be to make your life easier. Caitlin, we're going to make Caitlin play our system, and it's going to make your life easier having Caitlin's gravity in our system. And Caitlin couldn't play the system. I am fully convinced, by the way, and I think it will come out. I think it will come out that these players like Dewanna Bonner and Natasha Howard, Coulson, Bree Turner. I think Bree Turner was told she was going to be first big off the bench. As we saw in preseason, she was the first big off the bench. She was the first big off the bench in training camp as well. But, like, you got the Mercury out here taking shots at the Fever. Forcing someone off a team so she can play with her girlfriend. Like, WNBA franchise trying to paint DB as a victim of a situation where she chose to sign with a team, shat the bed, then quit on the team. Yeah, like, I mean this when I say this. Regardless of what happened, Dewanna Bonner is at least partially in the wrong for the whole scenario. And look. I think it might come out that the Fever front office gave her a whole bunch of promises and then told her to leave. I think that could come out. We'll find out at the end of the season, because I can see Dewanna Bonner likely retiring. I think she's probably going to retire. And with that being said, if she retires this season, then we're going to hear it at the end of the season. I think it's not entirely Dewanna Bonner's fault at the end of the day. I think at least part of it is probably the front office after seeing the stuff that they're doing right now. But like, spend my money. Phoenix is just being messy because no one forced her to sign with the Fever. Like, they're literally making it seem like she was being held against her will. And like, the amount of people that are like now being like, oh, we can't wait to hear what Dewanna exposes about Sophie Cunningham. They played with each other. They were teammates. It seems like one of the players Sophie Cunningham was closest to is Brittany Griner. Like, I think outside, genuinely, her best friend on the Phoenix Mercury last year was Natasha Cloud. And realistically, except for political leanings, I don't think there's a WNBA player on her team that has had an issue with her. And then people are just writing fanfics about these players. People are writing fanfics around these players. It's like, back where it all began, it is what it is. And then there was one where it was like, respect their names. Where is it? Respect their name. Put respect on their names. I have nothing against Alyssa Thomas in this scenario, except for the fact that Angel Reese never said that she heard any noises from the Fever Arena. And then she came out and said, we believe Angel. We believe Angel. Angel never made an accusation. But basically, she just made it up. I don't mean Angel making it up. I mean Alyssa Thomas made it up. And, like, I stand by that. But, realistically, I think, was it Rosalina Lee had a comment? Retweet just for the haters. Like, give respect, get respect. And I'm like, I'm sorry. As a sports fan, you're not going to get the respect of a fan base you walked out on. It is what it is. It is what it is. That's sport. That is sport. That is fandom. You know what's going to happen. Like, let's be real. There are a lot of, say, Caitlin Clark fans that are Caitlin Clark fans. But, like, if Aaliyah Boston pulled a Dewanna Bonner, as much as like no one's gonna say a bad word about Aaliyah Boston, no one's gonna say a bad word about her as a person that isn't a Fever fan. A Fever fan's gonna be pissed at her. Gonna be absolutely pissed at her. But yeah, it's an all-around awful situation because, like, it's going to be for these players because you can't be universally loved. You can't be universally loved by these teams. And I mean this when I say this. You can't expect respect from a fan base that you walked out on. And it's different than leaving a free agency. You walked out during the season. Like, I mean this. If Caitlin Clark walks, if she demands a trade and stops playing, and that's never happened before. She didn't demand a trade. Dewanna Bonner just goes, I want out. I want out. And Dewanna Bonner got allowed to go wherever she wanted, and the Fever got nothing in return except cap space, which, drum roll please, they won't use. Cap space they won't use. They might go into the playoffs with a max contract, with a prorated max contract worth of salary. They literally might go into the playoffs with a prorated max remaining salary. I've never heard of anything like it before. I've never seen anything like it before. They might have a prorated max going into the playoffs. I'm in shock. I'm genuinely I'm like, this front office, they're going to sign some over the hill wash player instead of signing a European, aren't they? And like, they want to be America's team. Like, you can guarantee that might have been why they got rid of Temi. Who knows? Not American. Maybe that's why they might get rid of Dantas next year. Maybe they protected Grace Berger for all we know. But yeah, it's just weird all around situation. But the Phoenix Mercury are literally out here trying to troll the Fever fans, and the old WNBA fans are just taking Dewanna Bonner's side, when realistically everything points towards Dewanna Bonner basically quitting because she didn't get what she wanted in Indiana. Like, there is information we may not know, but based on public information, there's no way to defend Dewanna Bonner. But again, these people hate, and I mean this, like, these people for no reason hate Caitlin Clark. I saw a post and it was like, wait, Kelly Krause deleted her Twitter. Jesus. But like, I've seen a post from some of these people basically out here talking about how like, Sabrina Ionescu has done such a great job denouncing racism in her name. Man, Sabrina Ionescu's never said a word about it. Sabrina Ionescu was their bully victim. Let's not forget, Sabrina Ionescu was second in media voting as a guard 2 years ago. It was all W second team. The players voted her 19th best guard in the W. Twice as bad as Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark could literally have "Don't use my name for hate" on the inside of both of her arms, and they would still say that she's never spoke up about it. Like, someone was like, when has Caitlin Clark ever spoke up? And I was like, the Time magazine article, the Sky game this year, or after the Sky game this year, when Dejanay decided to tweet from the crowd that Caitlin Clark was allowing racism at the end of last season, and the day after Angel Reese taunted her the first time. That's off the top of my head. Paige Bueckers has given one speech, and she answers the same questions over and over again. They want to give her a Nobel Prize because of a speech that Caitlin Clark gave. And Kelsey Plum has basically been told by Aja Wilson, I respect you because you know your place. And yeah, that's what she got out. She got out of calling out the WNBA, was getting told by the leader of her team that she as good as she knows her place, from Kelsey Plum, which was a ridiculous thing to say. But anyway, yeah, that's the video. I'll see you guys.